Hi there, everyone. It's Sarah from Palace Tarot. So we are continuing our sun sign astrology series here. We're reviewing the signs individually because I'm getting feedback that it's more helpful to go sign by sign, so that once we start to build with planets and houses and all that good stuff, that everybody feels really confident in the individual signs and how they can express themselves before moving forward into a little bit more depth. Also, bear in mind that this is general sun sign astrology for now. It won't be in the future. So, for example, I'm getting ready to talk about Cancer. And, for example, if you saw my Virgo video and you're like, well, that sounds a lot more like me, write the sign down then, of whichever video that was, because, and there may be more than one, because the chances that that sign features very prominently in your birth chart are probably pretty good. And it might be actually a cool kind of exercise to write those out first if you've never looked at your birth chart before doing it, to see what does it really look like once you get to it, and you might be surprised. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and discuss the sun sign of Cancer, which happens to be my own sign. So Cancer's the cardinal water sign. So like all signs in the element of water, it is yin, receptive or feminine. Its planetary ruler is the moon, and its symbol is the crab. So I love the moon and the crab are really going to tell us a lot about Cancer traits as a sun sign. So one of the things that Cancers are known for is their emotional intelligence. So Cancers, like most water signs, are pretty intuitive folks. They're probably one of the most intuitive signs in the zodiac, actually. So them and Pisces are pretty far up there. I would say that Virgo is as well, even though they're an earth sign. That doesn't mean that we have a monopoly on intuition. Nobody does. But that's just a general trait. The other thing that Cancers are known for are their changing moods. And so when you think about their planetary ruler of the moon, and how many different phases the moon goes through, how quickly it progresses through those phases, and the fact that the moon controls the tides. So we've got high tide and low tide, and Cancer is very much connected to the ocean as well. And so you can kind of see where that changeability in mood might be associated with Cancer, with having that lunar ruler, okay? The other thing about Cancers and Virgos are probably two of the signs that are most known for overgiving in the zodiac, okay? So Cancers are, and the phrase I want to use here is stupid loyal, almost to the point that Cancers can find themselves, being taken advantage of because they're so willing to help out and chip in and whatnot. So one of the big challenges for Cancer is learning to kind of self-nurture and draw boundaries. That can be kind of the shadow side of Cancer. They cannot have any boundaries and kind of latch on to people or groups because they don't have, that security within themselves. So Cancer rules the house of home. And so it's very important for Cancer individuals to learn that the concept of home is not a house. It's an abstract concept that really comes from the heart. So once Cancer individuals really get that down and start feeling more secure in themselves, you'll see them come out of their shell more. And then that's where the image of the crab, the symbol of the crab, kind of comes from as well. The other thing too, do not mess with a Cancer's friends or family, okay? This sign in Scorpio can hold grudges like it's nobody's business. Cancers can kind of go either way on being confrontational. They are a cardinal sign, so they may call you out, but they don't like to hurt people's feelings because they're very sensitive as well. So they might be more inclined to just kind of like walk on eggshells around someone than actually deal with the situation, which is definitely a shadow side to Cancer, because we have moments where we need to deal directly with things. So that being said, I'm going to talk about the two different cards that are associated with Cancer. So in the major arcana, this is Cancer's main card. This is the Chariot right here. And you're going to see some lunar symbolism on here. You can see this beautiful canopy here covered with the celestial body. And then here are the epaulets, okay, on the Chariot here. They're, of course, lunar crescents, and his belt has all the different zodiac signs on it, okay? So this is someone that's like not at home at all, right? You wouldn't expect that of the sign that's from house and home. Well, the reason this individual is going out to establish themselves in the world is because they have realized that concept of home is in the heart. And so once they do that, Cancers really have a lot of willpower, a lot of strength, and a lot of stamina behind themselves. And there's really a lot they can accomplish. So we can't forget that even though they're a water sign, a yin sign, they're still a cardinal sign, which speaks to this forward movement, okay? So once Cancers develop that self-confidence, they can kind of be late bloomers into that. They can really be some serious movers and shakers out there in the world. And that's what this card speaks to a lot. And it also speaks to intuition and will and the interaction between the two of those, and how Cancer has to kind of learn to navigate both of those things, because feelings can be so overwhelming to the Cancer that at times they retreat into their shell like a crab. You know, they just would rather scuttle back and move away than lash out or you know, move forward, as this individual is doing here in the Chariot. So yeah, Cancer can have a difficult time processing their feelings, which can lead to them, you know, lashing out at others. Like I said, they can be prone to overindulging like Taurus, so that's something to watch out for as well. So, but ultimately, Cancer's on their own kind of journey to figure out what home means to them, and it tends to take on a more abstract feeling and message and meaning as they get older. Now, the planetary trump ruler of the moon is actually the High Priestess. And I like this as a Cancer figure because Cancers are kind of guarded personalities. So even if it seems like we are, you know, being straightforward there with you guys, we can be more reserved than we seem. Even if we seem outgoing, like me, for example, there's still things about us that, you know, are just ours. And it can take us Cancers a while to warm up to other people. And we need to see that other people are genuine and they have good motivations. And so when you look at this figure of the High Priestess, you can definitely see that she's someone that's not going to open up to just anyone. And so Cancers are very loyal, loving friends. Like I said, they have your back, whether you want them to or not. So it's really worth putting in the time to get to know a Cancer. If you have like a Cancer friend, family member, significant other, and you're kind of wondering what's going on with that, it's just putting in the time to gain their trust, okay? So going forward, we are going to be talking about more signs, and so I hope you enjoyed this video, and on to the next.